space. We thank you for our brothers and sisters that have committed to being present in the space tonight. And we are so grateful, God, for um, just the love and the relationship and the care and concern that we share for one another. We thank you for all of the prayers that have been prayed tonight. And Lord, for our brothers and sisters who are navigating difficulty and challenge right now. We just ask, Lord, that wherever they are, whatever they may be navigating, that your presence would manifest with them and bring comfort and clarity to their circumstance. We pray, God, for those who are navigating physical difficulties, that you would bring healing. And Lord, where relationships are broken down, we pray for restoration. Where gaps exist, we pray for provision. And where security is not felt, Lord, we pray for protection. Um, we thank you, Lord, that you hear us when we pray. And so we're grateful that our prayers to you don't fall on deaf ears, but you hear us when we pray. And that means more than I think sometimes we realize. And so thank you, God, for the privilege of prayer. Thank you for the beautiful opportunity of corporate prayer. And thank you for just what you are doing among this fellowship. And we just pray that you would bless our time together tonight, that it would honor you, that it would bring you glory, Lord, that you would be pleased, and that you would be magnified. We love you and we thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So, good evening, everyone, and thank you for hopping on tonight. Um, for those of you that are um, joining us here in the Zoom, I'm grateful for your presence on this evening, and hope you are both safe and warm. For those of you that are in the middle of traveling right now, we certainly pray that God would bless you and give you safe travels to your destination. So as Monica mentioned earlier, and thank you, Monica, for leading us in prayer this evening. As she mentioned earlier, if you are at a space where you are able to turn on your camera, we would love to do that so that we can see your sunshiny face. It just helps with the connection moment and opportunity. Darren laying down like he on the Lionel Richie album cover. Uh, uh,
No, I'm just on my couch and it just looked like that. So I guess it just worked out that way.
Perfect. Even when you weren't planning for it, the Lord knew what He was doing. Um, so uh, so yeah. So I'm grateful for you all and thankful for your presence tonight. Um, we are going to actually we're going to pivot a little bit tonight. Um, are you all right, Lynette? We see him all the time walking down the.
Don't you dare make me come unglued like that, Pastor. Don't you do that to me. You supposed to be showing me love. Look, Pastor Chapman, Jenny, please help me over here, please. No, no.
Love is loving every part of you, including your bonnet. So we can, um, but yeah, but we are going to we're gonna pivot tonight. Um, of course, we have started our Roman series on Wednesday evenings, but I had a conversation with Janae earlier, and really felt like this was an opportunity to be able to ensure everyone is informed and understands the opportunities that we have available to us in the days, the weeks, the months ahead, and also to kind of talk about the purpose of and the value of connection. Because I think this is a prime example. I don't know about you all, but I look forward to the opportunities that we have to be able to be in one another's presence. And when I was considering going ahead and making the call to move to fully virtual tonight, it started feeling real COVID-ish. And there was a lot of stuff that was convenient during COVID. You know, the fact that that I could teach Bible study in a hoodie and my pajamas. I don't have pajamas on right now, by the way, but that was extremely convenient. But there was also that element of disconnection with not being able to be in one another's physical presence, because there are some feelings that are shared in community that are only experienced in person. There are some conversations that we have outside of our dedicated time together that help to deepen and enrich relationships that only happen when when we're together in the same physical place. And so I thought that this would be a good opportunity while we kind of have dedicated space uh, to um, to talk a little bit about the opportunities, but also the intentionality of these spaces of connection that exist at Church on Purpose, with the hopes that we will, as a community, be intentional about taking advantage of them in the days and the weeks and even the months to come. So in a moment, I'm going to kick it over to Janae, and she is going to kind of guide the rest of our evening. But before we do that, I wanted to make sure in our celebration of Black History, wanted to kick it over to Charnel and invite her to pop on to join me in Spotlight to talk a little bit about the Black History scavenger hunt that she has organized. And so, Shar, I have the graphics that you shared. Did you want to share them, or you want me to go ahead and share them?
Can you share them for me, please?
I can do that, and I'm put them up right now.
Good evening, family.
Y'all can unmute and say hello.
Somebody could say
Hey, Shar.
Evening.
Hi.
Oh, hello, hello.
Hey,
Hi.
sure.
Can you put the first page on there for me, Coach? The Black History, the with the map before we start there. So, minorities owning businesses is a business that I have that once upon a time we used to host expos and Black business expos and offer lots of supports to the local community. And um, we are so we always do something every February. We always do something every October. We always do something every June. So this year, earlier this year, I was in LA and I was visiting I try, and this is how intentional I am that no matter where I'm at, I try to look for like the Black owned spots. So I was at this Black owned restaurant in LA and they had a scavenger hunt for to try all the places within the city, and I thought that that was a great idea. So I decided to, and it was a little more far fetched and virtual and like way better than what I have going right now, but I was inspired by it. So I have the Black History Month scavenger hunt, and so I encourage everyone to play. We're a couple days in, but we still want you to play. There we go. Thank you. And it's all over Omaha. Um, so essentially, all you'll do is you'll go. There's daily tasks that he'll show, and we want you to inundate those businesses on those days. Let them know, like, hey, I'm here, I'm playing the scavenger month, and hashtag that you went there, hashtag if you bought something, hashtag if you visited, just had the opportunity. And at the end of the month, we'll check all the hashtags, and whoever has the most will get prizes from um, whatever the prices are from said vendors or whatnot. Go ahead to the next page for me. Thank you. So, the first day, and you don't get any, it's no points. It's just kind of the most, and you have to hashtag because if not, we won't see it without it being hashtag. or without it being without the hashtag or tagging. You can do both. But so like the first was the Keep the Dream Alive MLK walk. We wanted you to join that walk, join that march. February 2nd, visit a black-owned coffee shop. We have scooters on North 30th and Ames on the corner. Support a black-owned fitness business. I put two of them down that I know of right now. Kit and Keith is offering training if you're interested in that right now, right off of 45th and Bedford on Abide's campus, and then Petite is offering it inside off of 60th in Maple. Um, February 4th, the Essential Gathering Place. This is a place where some of our businesses, members of COP, I know that I am in there. I know that Joy is in there. I know Stevie had an offer to be in there. It is the same place where Stevie had her fashion show. She owns like a like a storefront, and it's where it's right before Rotor on Ames, so right before you get to Walmart, and there's a lot of different shops that you can shop at. Taylor is calling me. I told him that I was at church. He said, so that's you can go in there anytime. They got lots of popcorn and anything else. February 5th, we wanted you to visit the Great Plains Black History Museum today or Omaha Star. They have a lot of history. If you have not been there, and it's free to visit both of these places. And if you have not been there, I just encourage you to go to these places before the end of the month, no matter what day it is. If you've never been to the Great Plains, it is phenomenal. Anytime somebody comes from Omaha, from outside, Eric will tell you kind of all of the history that you ever want to know about Omaha, and it is very enriching and it's free. Um, February 6th, you can either the Jackson Fair deal or another black-owned restaurant. So that's tomorrow. Keep that in mind. And the 7th, that is a Friday. So thinking about entertainment, I don't know if anyone is familiar. I'm talking. Give me just a moment. Thank you. You can stop at the Holloway Experience. It is on 168th and off of Blondo. It is it's a black-owned arcade center, entertainment for the family. It's fun. Next slide, next page for me. The 8th, we encourage you to attend a Black History event discussion. We have the State of North Omaha going on, as you know. Um, I'm sure Coach has told you a bunch of times at North High at 8:45 to noon. There's something else going on that day too, but I don't have it on here. But we encourage you to attend that, and I know a lot of COP members will be there, so make sure you hashtag Omaha BHM Hunt so that you can get credit and be receive prizes at the end of that.
They're doing
Also,
the event at the Black History event at the Essential
that's it.
Gathering Place
That's
with
it.
Cara Warner and Leo and a couple others.
What time? Do you know the time?
I do not, but I'll look it up and drop it in the chat.
And that's another one. That's right. I knew it was two of them, but after I've made this, it was some coming up. But yes, there's another event at the Essential Gathering Place, which is off of the corner of Fort by Central Park area where Stevie had her um fashion show. I don't have all the addresses, I'm sorry. But it is there. They're gonna have a Black History and their annual Black History event there. On the 9th, we encourage you to buy a book from a Black author or visit the African American bookstore. We know some authors that are at COP. If you have not had the opportunity to get their books, it's be a perfect time to do it. The 10th, we have, and Busy Vegan is gonna have something that is in alignment with this. So be sure to support Busy Vegan on February 10th or any other Black owned eatery, but Busy Vegan is in alignment with our calendar. So she'll be looking forward to offering you something special on that day. On
That
the
event on Saturday is at 1 p.m. from 1 to 3 at the Essential Gathering Place.
and on February 8th. So you can go, we encourage you to go to both. Um, and thank you, Coach. The 11th, you get I think that's a Sunday, so I didn't see that when I wrote that, but save it for another day. On the 12th, visit a Black-owned bakery. Lady T's or any other gourmet, they are familiar
You're
with.
good. The 11th is a Tuesday.
Oh, it's a Tuesday. Thank you.
You're good.
Okay, so get a haircut or style from a Black-owned barbershop or salon. Then you also visit a Black-owned bakery. Lady T's is gonna have sweets at Wayne's New School, and there's other places where you can go. You can go to Central Gather. They have Ria Sweetmeats and other places. We just encourage you to do that. The 13th, check out Black artists at the Union for contemporary art or another Black-owned art exhibit. The 14th. We want you to be able to write a post about why supporting Black businesses matter. Make sure you hashtag it. Go ahead, Coach. The 15th, visit the Relationship Center, enjoy a concert with Chad Sonar, our very own Just B and Anjali. They have a concert. Somebody else is having a concert that they emailed me about too. I will follow up about that. Um, the poetry who does poetry is doing a poetry thing too. But that is something, and like we know Just B is gonna be performing. And I think
Miss Felicia, it's verbal gumbo.
yes, yes, thank you. And are you performing on the 15th?
Nah, I can't sing.
Okay, here we go. Okay. So thank you though.
People just
Verbal
lying all on the Bible study.
okay, here we go.
All in Bible study line.
And it's recorded.
But she's tall though. She's tall. She just can't sing.
Yeah.
So at least I won't be a part of that, but thank you. But there also is Verbal Gumbo on the 15th as well with Felicia, and it's going to be at the Benson Theater. That is two different opportunities for entertainment on the 15th, Valentine's Day weekend. On the 16th, you want to grab some popcorn from Still Poppin' or visit Huskerland Popcorn. The 17th, support a Black-owned self-care business. And we wanted to shout out Internally Beautiful or the G Spot Wellness. The 18th, we want to dine at Shugs or Southern Spoon or attend another Black-owned eatery. The 19th, visit the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation and reflect on his legacy. The 20th, we encourage you to go to Rib Shack's Smokehouse or another Black-owned eatery. The 21st, there's support Spunk with Shirley Tyree Theater and the Union combined. It's going to be at the Union, but it's put on by Shirley Tyree. Go ahead. The 22nd, we encourage you to attend the Black Leadership Collective candidates, and that's the well, duh, I'm throwing that on. So that is hosted by me at Big Mama's Kitchen from 5 to 8. So what it'll be is an event where, and she'll also have an event going on earlier in the day as well. But during the evening from 5 to 8, we'll have some of the candidates who are running for City Council District 2 will be there. And then also some of our newly elected candidates, because a lot of times we don't want this election, as we see everything going on, we don't want this election style to where you get elected and nobody sees you, or we don't know what your policies are or what you plan on doing. So that is a opportunity to come together, get those questions asked, and go ahead and visit. So come to Big Mama's on the 22nd from 5 to 8. The 23rd, stop in and take a tour of the Exchange and get a treat from the Heritage. The Exchange is the Angel Starks came and visited with the business owners group. She's gonna be having a treat, so she will be prepared. So hopefully that everyone gets an opportunity to stop in there. It is a wonderful space. It is off of 24th and is it Clark? It's directly across street from the learning community, a couple blocks north of 2 blocks north of 24th and Hamilton, where the old Habitat for Humanity building used to be. I encourage you to go visit that because there's that space is going to be great. It's going to be a real estate school in North Omaha. It's designed to produce more Black developers, get more people involved in real estate because that is the quickest way to build generational wealth. She has classes that are coming up, and there's also like opportunity to rent that space out. So please stop in on the 23rd and take a tour of the exchange and see what treat that she has from the heritage. The 24th, follow and share a post from 5 Black entrepreneurs in Omaha. Cost you nothing to share a post and to follow a page, and it is so important. The 25th, stop in at and one of Idle Vitals locations for a signature smoothie or another treat. The 26th, visit the floors, new look fashions for Black owned fashion or any other Black owned retail fashion. The 27th, donate or volunteer to a Black led nonprofit organization. And the 28th, celebrate and share your favorite part of the scavenger hunt. So obviously, it doesn't have all of the all of the businesses that you could support. I don't know all of them. I know there are more. These are just suggestions of what to do on those dates so that we can be intentional about how we spend our dollars, not just this month, but every month. But this will get a start. A lot of people don't know where to go, what to do, what to get, and this is gives you all of that information. So I hope that you join us in the scavenger hunt and visit as many places as you can.
Can we give Shar a super shout just for all of the intentional work and effort that went into to pulling that together and
You go, girl.
Appreciate it, Shar.
Woot, 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 woot.
Thank
Great
you.
work, Shar.
so
Thank
so with that being said, let's be intentional about sharing it on our social media and kind of what y'all have been doing in the chat as she was going through the list. Let's continue to share the additional information about the businesses and the organizations that are doing great work in our community that would benefit from support. And so let's continue to do our part. Like she said, a share is really easy and it's free, and it helps to provide some exposure for those businesses. And I would challenge you all, of course, as we are supporting businesses across our community, to let's be intentional about supporting the businesses within Church on Purpose. We do a great job of working together, but this is a wonderful opportunity for us to be able to continue to support one another. Thank you, Janae, for letting me know. Is that better? But we do a really good job of supporting one another, and let's be intentional about doing that this month as well. Shout out to Orlando for the great job that she does with helping to keep our businesses growing and thriving and connected to different opportunities that are in our community. I just really appreciate you all, and so y'all keep up the great work with everything that you all are doing for our community. So that being said, real quick before I pass it off to Janae, I want to offer some quick reminders for those and let me clarify, Janae, you want me to control your slides or are you going to share?
Yeah, I'm only using 3 of them. So yeah.
So you do want me to control it?
Yeah.
Okay. So of course, this Sunday, we were scheduled to go to Revive for our Sunday dinner, our family dinner, which we do every second Sunday, and so we are going to. We actually won't be going this Sunday because with it being Super Bowl Sunday, traditionally their numbers, for a lot of restaurants are down on that day. And so they are not going to be open this second Sunday, and so we will just kick the can down the road to the second Sunday of March for our next family dinner at Revive. When we conclude tonight, there is some information that I want to share with you all directly about our level of support of businesses in our community. But of course, this portion of our evening, we are live streaming on social media, and that's more of a family convo. And so we'll revisit that once we finish up here. All good things, not fussing at you. All good things, but everything ain't for everybody. and this is one of those things that just ain't for everybody, but all good things. So excited about it. And of course, remember to please be intentional about checking through Church Center for upcoming events and activities. And y'all, please, 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 please. Can we not wait till the last minute to register for events and activities? We try to give you all the information way in advance so that you can adjust your schedules accordingly, to give you the opportunity to be present. And so if you can, if you would, please be intentional about registering for those events, because it becomes cumbersome on the back end trying to make the adjustments to incorporate everyone. And so especially when you already know you going, like some of y'all already know that you are going to women's fellowship, and some of you already know that you're going to men's fellowship. And so let's just go ahead and register so that we can get that done, and so that we are clear about those numbers that we have. But please be intentional about visiting the events portion of your Church Center app, or for those of you that are watching online, you can go to the church website and just click on events, and it'll take you to the page with all of the opportunities to engage that are coming up, that we'll see in the next couple of weeks and the next couple of months as well. And so we will give you that opportunity to continue to plug in there so that you can continue to be connected to all of the amazing opportunities that are coming down the pipe at Church on Purpose. That being said, I think it is, again, important for us to really understand the value that we have and the opportunity that we have in the intentional moments of connection that have been created for us at Church on Purpose. And so I am going to there she is. I'm going to add Janae to this, because she is going to just kind of take some time this evening to really walk us through the impact and the opportunity of our fellowships ministries at the church, and give us, even the space to be able to ask some questions if needed. But healthy relationships within the church are established through connection and through time. And the more time that we spend together, the opportunity is there for our relationships to be stronger. And so we really want to be intentional about, definitely about, one, connecting and being plugged into to church. And for those of you that might be watching this online, that are not necessarily members of Church on Purpose, you definitely need to be connected to a physical community that you can plug into and that you can feel, because when you are navigating difficulty in life, virtual hugs aren't the same as real hugs. And so communities of faith are really important, and within that, being committed beyond just Sundays, and being able to plug in on a consistent basis. As you build your relationship with the Lord, it allows you to build your relationship with the church, and the Lord gives you the body of Christ to help strengthen you along your journey, and for you to help strengthen others as well. And so I'm grateful that at Church on Purpose, Janae serves as our senior leader for fellowships, and she'll talk a little bit more about her role and about the wonderful people that she has partnering with her on that journey. So I am going to leave the screen to her, and then just let me know when you are ready for me to start sharing.
Okay, you can share the first slide. All right, so just like Coach kind of explained the purpose of fellowships, a long time ago when we started Church on Purpose, we built it on relationships, and with those relationships built community outside of church. for us. And so we knew that it was very important for our church to continue with those fellowships so that people who joined our church could have a community outside of regular Sunday and Wednesday nights. And so my role as the senior leader for fellowships and special projects is to make sure that we can help facilitate what it looks like to build a healthy relationship amongst each other and our COP family and those that are outside of COP. Sometimes, well, oftentimes when we have fellowships, there are numerous people that attend our fellowships that don't necessarily attend our church. And so a couple of you have attended special projects and events that we've had, as well as fellowship events that we had, and continue to come to those fellowships and then said, man, I love this fellowship. What does this church look like, on Sunday and Wednesdays, and ended up coming Sunday and Wednesdays and eventually joined our church. And so our sole purpose, each one of my team leaders, they are very intentional about their time, their communities that they are building within Church on Purpose. We call them like our life groups, lifelines, and how we stay connected with one another outside of church. With calling one another. Why? Because we built the relationship with individuals that started coming to the fellowships. And that's what we want to happen with these different life groups. Jonathan, you can go to the next slide. And with that, kind of want to introduce you to our team of our fellowship squad and our special project squad. And so leading up our Men on Purpose is Mr. Mark Stark. And you'll get a chance to hear from each and every one of my team leaders. They're amazing at what they do. They're amazing individuals that are being intentional, trust me, about the different fellowships that are coming down the pipe this year. We have our WOA Fellowship, which is our Women of Evidence team leader. Oh, that's supposed to be Elisha Suttles, not Stevie Stark. Stevie Stark used to be our Women's Fellowship leader. So sorry for that typo, Elisha. So Elisha Suttles is our Women of Evidence team leader. And then we have Shilene Meeks, who is our Kingdom Kids Fellowship team leader. So she works with kindergarten. Listen, parents, everybody listen. Kindergarten through 5th grade. That is elementary school age. Those are our school age children. She works with that particular age group. And then we have our new team leads. We have Travis Reed and Brianna Harrison, who are new team leads. They are also serving in the capacity of our nursery ministry on Sundays, first and third Sundays, but they're also building relationships outside of church for our nursery Kingdom Kids fellowship. So that is birth through 4 years of age. And so that also is the same age for our nursery ministry. So on first and third Sundays, you're going to hear them talk about it, but as birth through birth through year 4 that they will be working with and the parents. Then we have our teens, our elevation teens, which is Erica Adams. She is our team lead for that. Our young adults, we had to split that group up. We have coming down for our young adults from 28 to 40, we have Elisa Moore. And then Nadia Spurlock, we have our young adult Jen from 18 to 27. Our couples, we're talking about those that are, what?
I was saying we had to split the young adults because the adults don't want to be old adults yet.
Right. And we are coming up with some things for our 41 to 59 crew, as well as our seasoned saints is what we're calling them, our seasoned saints. That is our 60 and up crew. We have some things coming down the pipe for you too as well, because we want to have fun too. Pastor and myself, Pastor Wonderful, you're great. Pastor and myself, we are heading up our couples. So that is our dating and engaged. So dating on purpose. And then our married couples, we just kicked off some great things that I'll share later. We are heading that up. Miss Jonelle Devers is in charge of our special project. She's our special project lead. And she'll kind of tell you exactly what she does to help me out. And then we have Miss Stevie Stark, who is our head of our COP Culinary. And they'll have a chance to talk about that, what they do, what the purpose of their particular area is. And so they'll answer some questions of what does the upcoming year look like for their particular ministry, when you all will meet. And then what their next event is for February, if they have an event, and how people can stay in contact. I'll kind of go over that now. Pastor kind of touched a little bit on registration. You guys, we really got to do a better job with registering for events that are coming up. They do a phenomenal job on Sunday mornings of announcing what is coming up and putting those announcements up for us. And we kind of post those in the chat frequently so that you know what's coming up. But we have to be a better steward of what God has put in front of us, especially when it comes to building relationships. Oftentimes I hear a lot of people saying, man, I want to build a community. Well, your community has been trying to reach out to you, so you have to make sure that you register for those events. One, because half of those events, we have to know those numbers so that we can be good stewards of the money that God has stewarded us with to be able to pay for things. And so when we register late, that kind of, sets plans to the side and we have to move in a different pathway, because we don't want to turn people away. We want you guys to be involved. But if that's what we got to start doing so that y'all can start picking those phones up and registering, we might have to start doing that. But yes, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Please, please, please. If you don't understand how to register, here's how to do it. If you're on your computer right now, pick up your phone. Even if you're on your phone, you can still be on Zoom. If you can all go to your phone, everybody pick up your phone right now, because we're gonna walk through this thing. And if you go to your Church Center app, give me thumbs up. Jonathan, tell me when everybody has given you a thumbs up that they are going there. Like, we really have to walk through this because I want to make sure that you know how to register. And if you don't know how to register, we're going to set up something that we can walk everybody through on how to download it and all that good stuff. All right. So once you are in your Church Center app, it looks just like this when you are there. At the bottom of your Church Center app, it'll say me, then it'll say home, it'll say give, it'll say events, and then it'll say more. All right. Now, the first thing that we're going to go to is where it says me. So at the bottom, it has a little icon. I don't know, you can see it. At the bottom, it has a little icon. It says me. Please go ahead and click on that. Yes, don't drive, Danita. You already know how to do this anyway. Don't drive and text. Just listen. Okay. So once you are in there, this literally tells you what events are happening that you've scheduled that are coming up. If it shows if you've responded, if you have not responded, it'll have a little action icon up there if you need to respond to those events. Okay? It also has different notifications that you might need to check. And it also has activities and involvements that you are in. So like groups that you have signed up to be a part of, it's all there. Okay? All right. So now I want you to go at the bottom of your screen again. Let's see, there we go. At the bottom of your screen again, I want you to go to where it says events. It's a little calendar with a star on it. Click on that, please. All right. Here is where you'll find all of the fellowship events or the special project events that you need to sign up for. On these events, it'll tell you the date. It'll tell you, once you click on it, it'll tell you the date. It'll walk you through the process of signing up for these different things. This is how you sign up for any of the events that are happening in Church on Purpose. This goes for if stewardship has an event that's happening, the business of you happening, if you want to get apparel, all of those things you can find in events. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second. If you have questions, please feel free to unmute. All right, I've given you my teacher pause. And I am going to
I have a question real quick.
Okay.
Is CC eating cream corn?
Nope. It's regular corn.
Thank you, CC. Okay. So now I just want to open it up for my team leaders to come off mute, and I'll start with Mark. So you can talk a little bit about Men on Purpose and where that ministry is going, fellowships are going, and what we can look forward to and where they can go to find this information about the group.
Justin has a question.
Oh, Justin, you have a question?
Yeah, are y'all selling the shirt for the kids on Church Center app or no? Because I haven't seen it.
Yes, you mean the renewed shirts?
No, not the renewed ones. The ones that a few people had on Sunday.
Clarify. You mean the Black History shirts?
Yeah, the Black History ones.
Those.
Are you talking about the greeter shirt?
Those are for the greeters.
Yeah, Zaria's gonna be welcoming on Sunday, so I kind of need one.
Okay, Miss Karen and Miss Idell will be the people that you need to reach out to, and
All
they
right.
I'll
already.
talk to.
Yeah.
I'll take care of it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Looks like Miss Maxine had a question as well. Go ahead, Miss Maxine, go ahead and unmute.
Good evening. Sorry, guys, I'm at work. But I just had a question about like the registering for like the women's fellowship. Like I can't be there like every single night, but I can be there. There's like one particular night in March that I can be there. So do I just register for the whole thing and then just attend that one night?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Yes, because what I do anyway, I still communicate that week of
Okay.
or close to that date to get a official head count.
Okay. Thank you.
And
Thank
in case Maxine's employer happens to watch this live stream, we don't know if that was a recording or if that was really her.
Yes, I'm not sure. AI is very good
It
nowadays.
is, isn't it?
It is.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to pop them in the chat. I'll be looking at the chat. But we're going to go ahead and move forward because if you didn't notice all those pictures, all those people have something to say. This evening, we want to make sure that we value you guys' time too as well. So Mark, you can kick us off with Men on Purpose and talk a little bit about where we're going this year for Men on Purpose and what where we can find that information in the group chat, as well as the actual date of the first one event that's coming up.
Yes, ma'am. So that's exactly what we'll be doing with so our men's fellowship. Now I'm excited for it. We are now Men on Purpose um, from just the men's fellowship, but we actually will be kicking off our monthly um, in-person men's group meeting. That will kick off February 15th. That Saturday. We are meeting at Big Mama's Kitchen. That will be from starting at 7:30 a.m. So right now, what that is it's going to be a monthly meeting every third Saturday of each month, and that's just going to be a space for the men of our church, and eventually we will open it up to others. But starting off with the men of our church to have that space and opportunity to come together to build those relationships with one another, also be able to have that safe space to share, open up, pour out, and also be poured into. And I know we have our time on Sundays and Wednesdays to get together high and by and talk a little bit in the hallway and while we eating. But this is intentionally for the purposes of building those stronger relationships. Um, so that will be February 15th is our first monthly meeting, and that's going to be every third Saturday going forward for the rest of the year and beyond. So this is I'm excited for it because I know when I first joined the church, it was easy to get together with five guys. I'm not talking about burgers and fries, but it was easy for us to get together with just a handful of us, and stay in touch a little more frequently. But as we have grown, and I'm sure we've all seen the growth over the last couple of years, um, we have new faces almost every week, or at least every month. So this is space I want to have for our men to be able to have and build that foundation so that when other men do come to our church, they have something to step into, confidential space. Don't want to look at it as a Bible study. We are going to be grounded in our foundation of the Word, so that's where any and all of our conversations and advice will come from. But this is just that time for men to open up and kind of have that outlet that we may not have in other settings. So I remember when Janae originally talked to me about the men's fellowship, and I still have notes from that first meeting. I think it was just me and Alicia on that call. But the Saturday meetings that we're going to call them is going to be our Synergy Saturdays. The reason behind that was also intentional because I know that anything that we can do on our own, we can do far more when we work together and when we intentionally work to build relationships with first God and in the middle of our church. So that's the reason for the Synergy Saturday. So I definitely want to, let you guys know that it's nothing that I'm putting out there. It's not me. It's not my group. It's definitely our group, and that's what I wanted to the foundation to kind of build from. And so that's starting off this month. Once we get kicked off, and speaking of registration, that registration is open. We do ask that you guys do register, so that we have a head count of who's going to be in the room, and also the planning will start to take place for our men's retreat which we're shooting for sometime maybe the week after Father's Day or sometime in June. So that'll give us the men an opportunity to get together and, kind of have some space away from, our normal gathering space and, just share that time of fellowship and growth, maybe over a weekend. And that should also be able to kick us off into launching our or biannual, every other year, men's conference, starting probably going into next year. So Synergy Saturdays every third Saturday of the month. Men's retreat in June of this year, and then we'll also be preparing to get some details together for a men's conference, which will be our first men's conference starting next year. In addition to that, we will have our regular quarterly or whenever the opportunity presents itself, just to have other fellowship opportunities to get together. So just keep your church center app, keep your notifications on so we can know what's going on. Excuse me. And I know I was speaking with some of the men last year. A lot of them were saying they wanted to have some time to get together more frequently. So we kind of started a men group chat. I want to encourage everybody, if we can, to kind of step away from that, the text chat, and to focus all of our conversations and any comments or anything that we share through the men's group in Church Center. And yeah, I mean I'm just excited. I mean, this is a new space for the men of our church. I know a lot of the women said that they come in and we've already have existing relationships, and I believe most of the men in our church meet at church. So this will give us some time to kind of develop that relationship on our own as well. So I'm excited for what God is doing in us and through us this year. So I just hope that we can all engage and participate.
Thank you, Mark. So as you can hear, it's a lot going on. But it's a lot of good stuff, and we're going to be doing some amazing things with our men. I'm going to kick it off to Elisha to kind of share the same things where WOE is going, Women of Evidence is going this year, and the next event for February, and where they can look for information.
All right. Thank you, Janae. Just a second. Okay, so the same place where Janae shared and taught everybody at the church center. She did such a great job with putting the dates ahead of time on there. And also that's will be my means of communication through church center under our groups. The woman ministry group is where we always will communicate just to keep everything in one spot. RSVPs for our sessions as well is important. Just as this Friday, providing food or refreshments, also materials that will be needed. Because whether we're in an outing or it's just an educational piece, we're always going to be active in doing something. I really want our focus to really be not only building together, but also really honing in our vision individually of what God has for each and every one of us. So if you remember or even play back what Coach had shared about the woman of evidence of our church, that's where it came from. And I truly believe it aligns with our whole theme in general about just renewing our minds. And as you know, my passion, my purpose is working with women and helping them navigate through life challenges and things. So our theme this year will be in alignment of what Coach had taught us on. So living as evidence on the encouragements and edification. So we're going to go through what it truly means to be a spiritual spotter and understanding our capacity in such. But first, before we can even identify what a spiritual spotter is, we have to embrace our own transformation and kind of uncover some things that maybe that we haven't quite dealt with ourselves. Because the one thing I know God is doing, and everybody else know, as Coach has said it so many times, that being a woman of evidence or being just in the kingdom, period, things that we endure, the lessons that we have lived through is not really for us, it's for the next person that we are to disciple. So ultimately, that is the focus of the women's group, to truly overcome our own circumstances and truly stand and be bold in God, really operating in his purpose and focusing on discipling the next woman or the next young lady that we encounter, right? That's truly being that evidence. So the thought is, so this Friday, we'll be doing the bingo, vision of bingo activity. And with that, the acronym for bingo is we're going to believe in strengthening our foundation in God's promises. We're going to inspire becoming a light for others. We're going to navigate seeking God's wisdom to move forward in our journey, glorifying living a life that honors God, and then walking in obedience and trusting God. So we're kicking off with that. And next month, we're going to really go into breaking down what is your vision, or how can we even encourage each other to have clarification on, to ask God, what is his vision for us? And then as we keep going through this series, we will also do a retreat. I believe our retreat is July, if I'm going off correctly, right, Janae? Yes, our retreat is in July. So I am currently looking into some places. Really want to make it huge. I just feel that once we complete this series in our women's ministry, like, we're going to have every reason to celebrate and give God glory. So I really want to make the retreat really big and really just truly an example of how good God has been in our life. Thank you. The weekend of July 24th. Yes. Uh-oh. Some people said no. Well,
That's not it. Keep
oh, okay. Sorry. CC got distracted.
no, keep going.
Okay. Um, so we will come out with those dates indefinitely, but it is going to be a lot, but we're going to have some laughs. We are going to have some moments of crying, but most importantly, we are going to really focus in on what God has for us and overcoming some things. So please don't be discouraged if you can't make it to every event. I've seen some people like, well, if I can't make it to one event, do I still come to all the others? This is not a series where if you miss one, you can't come to none at all, right? Because I feel anytime that you step into a room, it's on purpose. So that's all I have.
All right, thank you, ma'am. So stay tuned. We will get those details about the retreat to you ASAP so that you can start prepping and planning and saving that date. All right, next up we have Miss Shilene Meeks. Is she on the line? I thought I saw her.
I
She's
have a question, Janae.
okay.
Sorry, can I go next so I can go home? I
Yes.
don't want to talk and drive, and I'm afraid I'll get caught in the car.
Okay, we don't want you to do that either. Shall we
Okay,
come right back to you?
sorry.
All right, so bringing up Janelle, she is our special projects lead. Special projects, you can take it away.
Okay, hey, so special projects. I got big shoes to fill with Janae, but I know she's gonna ride with me. So, but we do all the planning and for the individual events that come up that the church hosts, and then help with other events that the other fellowships hosts. And then also just some events that uh, people in the congregation want to host too, like the Business of You event, and then the Gift of Joy toy drive. We kind of, help wherever we need to in that. Um, we do the planning for Common Meal, and then the one of our events coming up soon is our Elevation Teen Retreat. Yay, I'm very excited for it. It's one of the first that we've done, and I have not heard of anything like it in Omaha. So we're going to be some change makers and some way makers. So um, that event is coming up March 28th. It is for middle and high school students, and it's going to go through the 30th. So it is in Louisville, Nebraska, at a Camp of the Good Shepherd. Um, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have some entertainment, and of course, we're gonna have some worship and games, and yeah. So the kids will be there through the weekend. The cost is affordable. It's just $100 per student, and we need help. So, yes, it looks like it's far away, but it's not. We know how fast time goes. So, the registration is open, and we are looking for chaperones, um, and then just staff to just help out there. And yep, just 30 minutes. Louisville is a quick 30 minutes down the interstate. Real simple. Not simple, but easy to get to. What was I gonna say? Um, Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so registration. Yes. So please register, and we do want the students that are attending to invite one person, one friend, and bring them along. So, of course, everyone can get the experience of a retreat, a middle school, high school retreat, and encourage others and bring more people. Um, our fellowship meets on the fourth Sunday um, from 12:30 to 1:30. And what else, Janae? I don't know. I feel like I'm forgetting
And
something.
if you enjoy planning events,
Yes,
we are looking for additional staff
absolutely.
to help Jonelle with, because as our church continues to grow and as we continue to do a lot of things in the community, we need more hands to help. If you like organizing things,
Mhm.
yeah, come see either one of us. Um, we don't want you to overdo it when it comes to ministry, and so making sure like you have the capacity um, to help out. If it's just like, hey, I'm just gonna be that day of person, we can do that.
Yeah.
So yes, please let her know. And that's it,
And I
John.
just saw my cousin's message, Lynette. She got us. That's what I'm talking about.
You know
Yes,
that's my cousin
Lynette,
too.
yes. Thank
No, Ashe. All right.
Thank you. All right, so we got a lot of things, and also with special projects, this also includes like the Easter production. That is coming up. Mr. Justin Blackson is going to be producing this Easter's program. So please make sure that you register for that. That is also open on Planning Center. And then our wonderful Shy, she's getting ready to come up. She is producing our Black History program, and we're so excited for that. Sorry we took away your Wednesday. It was the weather. It was not us. But it's gonna be still an amazing event. Shy is our Kingdom Kids team lead. And so I'm going to turn it over to her to talk about what our ministry does, what's happening next for Kingdom Kids, and how you guys can stay in contact.
Good evening. Good evening. As Janae said, I am over the Fellowship of Kingdom Kids. Kingdom Kids, I am being intentional this year that we create at least 3 to 4 events this year that are quarterly. Some of the barriers that I've come across, besides my capacity, also too, is that our Kingdom Kids, they say they are such unique, also outgoing individuals that everybody has something in their in the community that they are obligated to outside of church. So I'm trying to be intentional, just trying to throw events that they're able to make it and be a part of as well. This year, we are going to kick off our first event in March, probably during spring break. I would definitely get that. This is my robe. This is my comfort zone. This is my safe space right here. I love my robes. But if anybody want to give me a Versace robe, I'll take that as well. That's my next. But anyhow, back on the with the Kingdom Kids, our first event is going to be around spring break, and we're going to kick it off with praise and paint. This year, I want to be intentional of building friendships and just building relationships in general within our own Kingdom Kids as well. So I have not been able to plan everything out this year just due to, again, the capacity of everybody at time. But I do also want them to be able to learn how to support each other and get with the parents and find out what are our Kingdom Kids a part of outside. I know we have baseball, we have softball, we have basketball, we have dance. Let's be intentional of sharing those things so we teach our kids how to support each other as well in and outside of the church. So quick spiel for tonight. Stay tuned.
All right, I love it. All right, moving on down. Is Brianna or Travis on? I didn't see them. But
I saw
update.
Travis earlier. There
he is.
He's on.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. So you just gonna share a little bit about the nursery Kingdom Kids Ministry and where you and Brianna plan on attending for our fellowships for the ministry to go.
Pretty much it's a spot where the younger kids can have a safe space to worship and learn about God. It's also a spot where, parents are able to worship without having to watch, the 1-year-olds and the 2-year-old younger kids, because I know me and Brianna, we have a 1-year-old. We know how challenging that can be. Um, we we plan on, like, teaching the kids certain songs so that they can learn at their level, at their pace, certain lessons for them. Um, we also, I would need to know, like, little allergy things about the kids, because we do provide snacks and things like that, just to make sure, the snacks that we do provide for your kids wouldn't cause any allergy reactions, things like that. Um, it's a newer ministry, so there's still a lot more shaping and molding to be done to it. But as of right now, it's the first and third Sundays for the month. We plan on growing it further than that, and I am also trying to see if the other Sundays I'm able to get it going. It's not going to be officially every Sunday, but I want to see if, as of right now, I can get the other Sundays going. Um, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I don't know if I left anything out. Uh,
They will
If
be
I
having
did,
a cooking class in March. The little baby
okay.
with culinary. And that's a part of Stevie's breakdown. So stay tuned for more information. But yes, y'all, let me tell you, as an early childhood professional, when Travis came to me Sunday afternoon and said, Miss Janae, we need to have a nursery ministry, I almost passed out. Why? Because we do not see a lot of men in early childhood. And it's something about a Black man, a father, that wants to provide care for not just his own, but for others, to ensure that the mothers have an opportunity to receive the word of God without being distracted. Not to say that our children are a distraction, but you know how mothers are. All of us, half of us up here are mothers. And sometimes it does take away from us to be able to learn something for ourselves, to be able to be poured back in. So Travis, thank you, and Brianna for taking on this opportunity. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, moving on. For our team fellowship, our elevation, which is Erica. I don't think she's on, but I will share for her. She is building a team of team leaders to help with facilitating those different events that will be happening throughout the year. The plan is for almost every fourth Friday, it seems like, they will have an opportunity to come together. We know that teen schedules are like miss or match. So just the same thing with Women's Fellowship. If they're not able to come, then you have the next month to show up. And so their next one is Friday, February the 21st. From 6 to 8 p.m., and that's at the VEC. You'll look forward to getting some more information this Sunday on what's happening with that. I'm going to turn it back over now to Elisa Moore and Nadia Spurlock, where they're going to talk about our young adults.
Hey guys. So Nadia and I are over the young adult ministry. We split it into two separate ministries because we feel like 19 to 26-year-olds, that's me, 19 to 26-year-olds are in a different place in life than 27 to 39-year-olds. We said 39, right? Yeah. 40. Okay, 40, my bad. And so that's why I split into two different groups. But Nadia and I are communicating about how we want to either do events separately or together and make sure that we're not overloading people with events. So we have some dates written down, but we'll continue to communicate in our group chat. But I also want to hear from the young adults about what types of events that you want to do, because I know last year when we planned events, registration and attendance was low, and I don't want to waste anyone's time or mine. So I would like for people to contribute about things that they would enjoy doing as a young adult. So stay tuned. Make sure you check our church chat. So yeah, that's it.
Sounds good. Short and sweet and to the point. All right. Couples ministry. That is Pastor and myself. And so we kicked off this Monday. We will be meeting every first Monday of the month, whether it be virtual or whether it be in person, just to build those relationships, and not only build the relationships with other couples, but to build us up to be strong couples. And so we'll be going through a book series, as well as being able to get some insight from some of our seasoned married people that will share some insight with us and ask us some difficult questions that we need to ask. I mean, not ask, but that we need to answer. And then talk about some things as a group, as a whole, So please, if you have not already registered for that, please go ahead, take the opportunity. I showed you how to get on Church Center, register for the Marriage Mondays. We will have different fellowship events outside of the Marriage Mondays every other month. Just to do something fun to come together. So this month, we are hosting our movie and dinner night. I had to switch it around because we're doing the movie first and then dinner. And so we're going to go see Captain America, February the 14th. I will tell you, you will need to be there at 6 o'clock. The movie starts at 6:30, and I have the tickets, and I want to be in the movie theater at 6:30, not standing on the sidelines waiting. So please make sure that you do every effort, those that registered for that, to be on time at 6 o'clock, so that we can walk in the movie theater before, be quiet, Jonathan. Before, um, oh my God, before, the credits start rolling and everybody will be able to see and nobody is falling down steps and things like that because it's dark. Um, And then we'll be going off to dinner afterwards. And so please look forward for those messages that will be coming out. If you have called me already, sent me text messages earlier today, I will purchase your ticket. Please make sure that you go into Planning Center to register so that I can match that those tickets with those individuals. All right, that is it. Jonathan, anything else that you would like to share for our couples?
Yeah, I just wanted to say how exciting it was to have a total of 20 couples. Well, 20 individuals, 20 people. Or was it 20 couples? No, it was 20 people.
20
Yeah,
couples.
yeah, all together, that participated in Marriage Mondays, and just from the conversation about the stories of coming together, but then also being able to kind of look forward at the opportunities that are in front of us. I'm really excited about how that particular opportunity is going to help strengthen us as a church, and and how. Particularly because I'm a man, the collaboration and the connection to the space that Mark is creating with Men on Purpose, and then the space that's being created for us to be able to have healthy dialogue as couples, how that's going to strengthen our church by strengthening our couples as individuals are strengthened, and as we become healthier, just how that example is going to really shine brightly in our community. And so I'm really grateful, especially for my brothers that showed up and are present because they want to be there, not because they're being forced to be there. And so that's really exciting about when we think about how that's going to impact the future of our church and our community. So really looking forward to that.
Thank you, sir. And then, like I stated earlier, when we were talking about the young adults, and so now that we have a multi-generational congregation, we had to do a lot of splitting of the age groups. And so that 41 to 59 age group, you guys got some events coming up too as well. So look forward to that happening in April, kickoff in April. And then our seasoned saints, our 60 and up, we're gonna wait until it get a little bit warmer. No ice and all that stuff on the roads. To make sure that we have a good time. So you can also look for that and more information in April about those events, and then you'll be added to those groups that will be in Church Center as well. So that way you'll find all of the information you need in that space.
I vote we call them Lowrys.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I thought the same thing.
Mm-mm.
That's confirmation.
Mm-mm.
I cannot. Where you at, Miss Gladys? Come on
I
and
was about to say, Gladys,
Hey,
unmute.
Gladys.
Subscribe
Don't
to
get on one of those jumpsuits.
What y'all saying my name for?
Because Pastor said that the seasoned seniors should be called Lowrys.
Y'all just don't
No,
understand.
if
We already
anything,
had
we should be
something in
called
planning.
on everything. Because when you put us on everything, we make everything good. Yes.
Updated to on everything, please.
No, that's right.
On
On everything.
everything.
Somebody need to make that shirt.
Put it, please, Denise.
We were already in
I'm
it.
sorry, I'm on a Zoom.
Y'all
Wait
already
a
in
minute. We were
Joy and Faith are already sketching it out right now. I see them.
Oh God. Okay, so we
Can
said
I
what
ask a
on
question?
everything?
on
what's
everything
the
with the cheetah print.
what's the season saint age?
That
That's
is 60 and up.
Okay.
That's you said.
you said 60 and up?
Yes.
How old is everybody asking this question?
Mind
I'm
your
not
business.
60.
What about all purpose instead of on everything?
Oh, I like that.
Absolutely not. All purpose.
That
All
sounds like
purpose.
flower ministry.
You don't get to name it. You're not 60, Aisha.
Well, fine.
I know how old I am. Who is that talking?
Oh my God.
Do the
So
song,
yes,
Code. Do the
we will
song.
have,
Oh,
we
wait,
will
so wait,
definitely,
stop.
I'm just
once we
trying to find
create
my
that.
space that I belong. That's
Oh
all
my
I'm
God.
asking.
If you stop talking, you can find your space.
Woman of evidence. That's where you belong.
You better in the name of G and next to your sister, wherever I'm at.
Oh
Keep
my
going.
Lord,
Keep going.
help Jesus.
Going. Whoa. Keep going,
I
Janae.
say asking questions in the chat like whoa. Elisha answered questions in the chat like whoa.
I was waiting for Monica to do it. She
Oh,
did it. She
I
started
know
it. I was
somebody.
gonna get it. I was gonna come off. I was gonna turn this
The
camera
praise
on
team,
and
the
get
praise
it.
team can do a remix.
Right.
Oh my God. Y'all are
Done.
funny.
I'm done.
On
But
everything.
So it's on everything.
On everything.
these
Period.
is salt. Okay. So Miss Gladys said on everything. So there you go, Anise.
We got 2 votes for Lowry's.
We're not doing Lowry's. 60 and up on everything. All right.
Oh, my goodness.
41 to 59, I still don't have a name. So you can just pop one in the chat and whatever you feel, I will take note of those
What's
names.
that age range? You said 41 to
59.
41.
Okay, so you just cut like all of us, the old women out and put us in the other one because I thought we were seasoned saints.
Listen, call yourself old, okay? I just need to know my group, okay?
For real.
Okay.
Y'all better get my baby and need some.
So again, we have men on purpose and whoa, women of
Hey.
Okay.
not everybody. A man is in one group, the females are in another group. There are age ranges for different things because there are different things that different set of age groups don't want to necessarily do. And so we want to make sure that we're kind of figuring those age ranges out. You're welcome to go to any of them. If you're not, if you feel like you're not a season or every what on
everything.
yeah. If you're not if you feel like you're not on
Say
everything.
it with your chest, Gladys. Say it with your chest.
I did. And hey, Mark, can I be the first volunteer for the men's retreat? I need to volunteer for that.
Oh my
Not
God.
the wait a minute, not the men's
No,
retreat.
Gladys.
I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean to say that. I really did not mean to say that. I
Yes,
meant
you did.
the conference, the men's conference. Yep, I'll be a volunteer. Might be some single men there.
You know what?
Jesus
Take
Christ.
me with you, Gladys. Keep the stream rolling.
Okay.
Who is
All
that?
right.
Yep, there's your first 2 volunteers.
We
Gladys,
on
I
this.
need your eyes
Jesus,
focused
get
on
us back
God.
on track.
Nay,
Jesus,
get us
get us
I
back
back
need
on
your
track.
eyes focused on God.
All
Nay,
right.
Gladys.
So we're going to reel all of this
Cause
back
you,
in. We don't want to
cause
scare anybody
from
that
that.
watches.
For those of you watching this evening on Facebook, this is how we always are. So get used to it.
I forgot.
I was just about to ask y'all,
I
are we
need to
live?
be Betty.
Said, why 3 of us?
Gone, Janae.
Yes, we are all live.
Oh my God.
Alicia told me
on
to
everything.
grab her mama. See, I ain't gonna say what else she put in there, but she said take her mama. I know that's right.
Oh Lord, in Jesus' name.
Oh my
Amen.
God.
Miss Karen ain't on here.
Miss Karen was up here. I don't know where she went
Okay.
to.
Deuces.
Leave deuces.
Yeah, deuces said deuces.
All right.
So yes, if you want to pop some names in the chat, ages 41 to 59 for our group, please do so. That's men and women in this group. Okay. Last up we have our culinary ministry, Stevie Stark. Come on up and tell us all about our culinary ministry.
Come
Are
on.
we live for real?
We are
Yes.
live for real.
I'm not. Y'all gonna get this red screen. My hair is a mess. I don't need my husband to have nothing to say.
You got holiday heart going on over there?
No, no, I ain't gonna tell y'all what he said I look like
Ask your cookie. Come on.
last night.
Just hold the camera close enough so that all we can see is your eyes and eyes to your chin.
It's all right. Y'all good. Y'all good. Okay, so I am over the culinary team, and we're responsible for, of course, you all know, feeding you on Sundays, feeding you on, well, Ms. Gladys provides on Wednesday, but serving you as well. Our goal for this year is to build a stronger team. We are in need of servers. We are in need of a cleanup crew badly. Just to be real transparent and share my heart with y'all, me, my mom, and Danita are over the actual preparation of the food. And we put our whole heart into every meal that we make for you all. If we enjoy serving you wholeheartedly as well. However, it is a little heartbreaking and frustrating that no one really ever asks if help is necessary, if serving is needed, is cleanup needed. We get stuck at the church after service or after the meal. Sometimes for a long period of time. Sometimes we're there at like the last people leaving. Jonathan is waiting on us to go sometimes. So if you are interested in joining as a server or a cleanup team, or a cleanup crew person, please, 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 please reach out to me. You can reach out to me if you have my number, come up to me at church. Do not reach out to me on Facebook. I do not check Facebook. I'm gonna be very, very, very honest with y'all. I do not look at Messenger. It will go missed for months, maybe. So if you see me and you want to serve, please let me know. You can also let Danita know, and then she will communicate that with me as well. I am looking to put together a cleanup crew that does also consist of the middle school to teens. We can include the Kingdom kids in that as well to get them into what it looks like, showing them what it looks like to serve, showing them what it looks like to take care of their community. So if your middle school or teen I don't want to say if they would like to help because they probably don't. So if you want them to help, if you want them to be a part, if you want them to be the hands and feet of Jesus, then please then reach out to me about that too, so that I can create a schedule for our cleaning crew. Also for this year, our goal is to work closely with the team leads. on their events that require the culinary team's help. There is a process to that. There's a form that Janae is gonna get to me so that I can make that available to you all. Whenever there is an event that you're having, if you're gonna have food being served, whether the COP culinary team is providing that, or if it needs to be catered, it will still go through the culinary team. So you'll have that form and be able to reach out. I would love that if for any events that are going on, if we could have that form turned in at minimum, I'm saying 2 weeks ahead of time. I would love if it was like a month, but if it's, kind of if something's coming up that we've planned last minute, 2 weeks in advance would be great. And then also with the culinary team, Janae kind of announced it before, where we're going to be doing some cooking events with the itty bitties and the Kingdom Kids this year. That's an idea that me and Miss Gladys talked about probably 2 years ago, and it never really went anywhere. And it came back up towards the end of the year with me and Janae, and I would love to walk the little kitties through cooking, just to share my love of cooking with them and get them involved. So the first event for the itty bitties is going to be in March. There'll be more information coming out about that soon. So you will need to register for that event. You'll need to register you and your child or children. Again, I know it's been kind of preached all across Zoom tonight about registering on time, how important that is. So please keep that in mind for those events. Also, I want to talk about the Bible study and Sunday service for those 2 meals. It is very important that you guys check in for Bible study, especially because Ms. Gladys is providing those meals. And sometimes there's way too much made and then it goes to waste. And she has expressed to me she wants to be a good steward of her resources, which is totally in alignment with the pillars here at Church on Purpose, being a good steward over what God has given to us. So if we can make sure that you have done your check-in for Bible study no later than Tuesday at noon, then I'll be able to give her a head count ahead of time. If we can start doing the same thing for Sunday, and just having that done by end of day on Thursdays, that would be helpful for me, my mom, and Danita, so we have a good idea of what of how much to make, because a lot of times on Sundays the same thing does happen, and we're trying to make sure that we're never over budget, but we understand that some of you may forget. However, this is moving forward. We would like to make this just what we do. I mean, we have to check in when we come to church anyway, so it shouldn't be too hard to get on the app and check in. And I did put like a step-by-step guide on how to go and register in the chat for Church Center. I will retag that so that everyone can take a look at it if you need to have that guide on how to do so. If you don't know how to do it, even with looking at what the resource I provide, just come to me. I'll be more than happy to walk you through how to do it. It's super easy. Let's see what else. What? Sorry, Marty's talking to me from another room. Okay. The last thing that I wanted to go over, I kind of touched on, I guess I did touch on it. Never mind. I did. I touched on both of those. So that's culinary. I love you guys. I love serving you guys. I love cooking for you guys. But we do need help in the culinary team. Love y'all.
Yes, because majority of the culinary team are on the praise team. And so we also rehearse on Wednesday after service, after Bible study, and it makes it very difficult. I know we want to fellowship and talk and all that other stuff in the auditorium, but it makes it difficult for those that are serving on that particular evening because we do not have people currently right now. But it makes it difficult for us to start praise team rehearsal or run through on a timely manner. And that way we can all get out of church on time and, have things cleaned up. So if you are interested in helping with cleanup or setup or serving, please, please, please let Stevie know there is a training that has to happen. So we can't necessarily have younger ages currently right now, but they can also help with cleanup. And also for the nursery age cooking class, parents, you must be with your children. That's not a drop off. It's a together activity, okay? I'm gonna say it one more time, not a drop off. It's a together activity, all right? You can learn how to make those snacks, that food or that dish with your child. That might be something that they like because, children nowadays, all they want is chicken nuggets and a hot dog, and they're happy. But there are many things, I know, CC, there are many things and many choices that they like, they might like. So being able to go to this cooking class will help with that. All right. So that is the end of share out from our team lead. So thank you for your time. We're going to go into an impact. We'll call on a couple of people to talk about what the impact of just those fellowship opportunities has done for them. And please, if I have already asked that you speak, please leave your messages to a minimum of no more than a minute because we're already at 8:01. I'll give you 2, but I'm just saying. So I will start off with our special projects piece. Orlando, share with me some insight as to, the reason why she started coming to church on purpose. And so I wanted her to share a little bit if she's on. Is she on?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. Share just a little bit about, what event you went to and how it inspired you and that good stuff.
Sure. The first event I went to was the women's conference in 2022. Yeah, 2022. And I thought I was just coming to sell popcorn. Aisha invited me to be a vendor. And so I came just to sell popcorn. I didn't really know a lot about the event. But what it really was very transformative for me. It really helped me it was pivotal in helping me to just reconnect with God in a different way. I believe some standout moments for me was when Monica gave her presentation on LEAP. And what was so profound about it is I really felt when she said, like, you need to stand confidently in the promise of God. She said that you are supposed to leap, with your eyes open so that you can see the beauty in God's promise for you. So I thought that was really profound. And I think the whole message of the conference was about elevating your faith, right? And so I felt that in that moment, God was asking me to step into a greater level of obedience and trust in Him. And I just loved it. I loved everything about the conference. It was more than a monetary opportunity. And I started to just watch Church on Purpose online for a couple of months after that. And I felt like the messages that Coach was preaching were specifically for me. And then a couple months later, I decided to come to visit the church in person. And I felt when I got there, I sat next to Aisha, I believe, and Quentin was preaching that day. And I felt like I was just saying, "You're home." And I was like, "Well, I'm going to go to another church next week." And he's like, be obedient. And so I said, "Okay." And that's it. That's how the women's conference impacted my life. And like I said, it was very transformational for me. And I'm so grateful just for the opportunity and the invitation. So Aisha, thank you. And Janae, thank you for, putting together this amazing conference that's truly inspired me and changed my relationship with God. And I got to meet all of you.
Yes.
Cece, what is you
See,
doing?
that is what that is what ministry is all about. You never know, like that one invite to one of the fellowships or one of the special events that we're having, what that leads to. And so that transformation. So thank you, Dr. Whitfield. Joy, for just sharing with us and actually sharing with Facebook, because there are some people that are viewing this, and they've been viewing us for a while, but they haven't stepped out on faith to actually be in person. And so hopefully that was something that kind of stirred up something inside of them. So thank you. And so I'm going to move on to our kids, and I'm going to start with Faith and Joy to talk a little bit about the impact that Teen Fellowship has had on them. We've had an opportunity to be with them since they were in elementary school, and so being able to share, and see them grow maturely, and in their growth in God, it has been an awesome testimony. Just watching them grow. So I'm going to turn it over to you guys. There you go. It's all you.
Can I say something first?
Sure.
That looks suspiciously like my office.
Oh, God.
It is.
Let her live. She wanted to present well. Let her live, sis.
I know. She's, faith, abundant joy. There you go.
Looking good, sis.
I know. All right, go ahead, girls.
Okay, so to me, I really like Teen Fellowship. I've honestly, like, as you said, like, we've grown up, like, being in Church and Purpose, and I've honestly really liked the prioritization of, like, specifically things for children, like Kingdom Kids or, like, Teen Fellowship and things like that, because it really does help, like, uh making things like the Bible and like the lessons to learn specific for children, because I know when I was younger I wasn't really ever interested in what the adults are learning. It was always boring to me, but like like making it specific to an age group has really helped me learn more, especially, and like relate it more to my life, like realize, oh, like what we're learning is for me too. And like this is how it relates to my life and like my age and whatever I'm dealing with at that moment. And so I've just really enjoyed that fact and how it's helped me, like basically be more faithful and like like apply the gospel to my life.
All right. Thanks for sharing. Joy?
Yeah, I would say because we've been to a couple of Teen Fellowship opportunities now, and one thing I really liked about them is how they're a space to get closer to everybody and also be with people who also are there who also are there because you're connected to them through God. I think that just makes it a safe space, and that um we do things where we're able to be teenagers or kids in a place where God is also present, that isn't necessarily church either.
So that's one thing I really like. And I also like how it gives me more opportunities to go out and do stuff socially because I'm very bad at um keeping up with that too. And those are the things that I really enjoyed about it.
Thank you, my babies.
Mhm.
Y'all are amazing.
Thank you.
Keeping up with our kids, hearing from our kids, it's something about being able to hear how ministry impacts them. Because oftentimes we're always thinking about what can we get and not necessarily what are our babies being influenced with. And I think that's the great thing about Church on Purpose. It's a holistic church. It's not just about one age group. It's about making sure like the whole family is taken care of. And so Zariah, Elisha, have you grabbed Zariah so that she can share?
Yes, thank you, because I was ready to kick her out.
And Cece and Deja, be ready. Go ahead.
I love Kingdom Fellowships and learning about God with my peers. I feel it made us closer, and you can have fun and learn about Jesus. And fellowships teaches us how to be brave in God and have faith as kids. And I think that's why I got the VP role in Scholar Leadership, because I shared my story on how God helped me be better, and I prayed about it, and God seen me be better. And the lock-ins and VBS are my favorite because we have lots of fun together and to learning and learning and growing. And TT Shy, also my mentor, is the greatest because what she does for us, well, for me and other people.
Aww.
Winker, winker.
Our babies. Oh, look, let me tell
Don't
you.
don't start it.
I'm not, but I'm going to share because Deacon Wells will tell you, like just being able to sit in the room with them or just like individually talk to them and like intentionally, not just, hey, how you doing? Just to, just to say it, but intentionally ask them how they're doing. What are they learning? Correcting them in love, and showing them what they need to be doing when they're in regular church is what we are here to do. And we should be modeling it for them. So just to sit here and to listen to them, verbalize how they have been impacted by ministry is truly a blessing. And so we're gonna reel it on in with Cece and Deja. If you could share how the Women's Fellowship um, ministry and events have impacted you. Go ahead, Cece.
Good evening, everyone. Um, yes, Women's Fellowship and the events that I have attended this far, whether it was from the first conference, the Women and Teens Conference, the Mother's Day brunch, the pajama jam for the moms. And I think the one that stood out to me the most was when Stevie had us write down our let goes. What are we letting go? And burning them and actually being intentional. I think between that one and the conference was the one that really stuck out to me the most because I was in a room full of women that was like me. We were hurting, and we were able to let go. We were able to hug on each other. We were able to love on each other. We were able to see each other and see how God moves in each other. I think for me, spiritually, being at Church on Purpose have given me more motivation to want to pick up my Bible and just start from the beginning. Like I said from the beginning, I've been in church all my life, but being at Church on Purpose has really made me want to pick up my Bible and just start and know my purpose, what my purpose is supposed to be here on earth, and what kingdom citizen is actually supposed to look like The relationships that I have built since I've been here has been incredible. Just full of real people. And that's all I need is just real people around me, people that's going to elevate me, people that's going to move me towards my purpose and help me get to my purpose. Emotionally, I just feel safe with y'all. I can't say that too often, but I really do feel safe. I feel heard. I feel seen. I feel appreciated. And that's not something that I normally say, and actually mean it. So I really want y'all to know that being at Church on Purpose is a gift. And there's a reason that God gave Coach that vision and that name. But I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna start crying. So yeah, y'all just wow.
Thank you, Cece, for sharing your heart with us this evening. David.
Hey y'all. So, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I was like, is this working? I feel the same way as CC, and just like the same events that she was talking about. The number one event for me that stands out always is going to be the one that Stevie did, where we were just, like she said, writing down our problems, things that we wanted to let go of. And that event specifically was like really like a turning point in my life, to me, like realizing that, some things needed to change. And it started with my obedience and my commitment. Another thing is also the women's conference, just hearing different women's stories and like their backgrounds and testimonies was really powerful as well. So that helped me, along my journey, just to see that things do, get better with, like, once again, that obedience. So, like with that being said, like Cece said, and like everybody's just expressed, like COP is that family, is that safe place. But you have to be receptive to change. It comes with, you being open and just ready to take that step between you and God and building those healthy relationships. So I'm thankful for y'all.
Thank you for sharing that. So we just wanted to end with some impactful things that the ministry has been able to share with other people, and how it has impacted their lives. And I know many of you have so many stories. I wish we could go around and just, unmute to talk about what those were, how you got drawn into Church on Purpose, whether it was a common meal, whether it was a fellowship event, whether it was a women's conference, whether it was a men's event that happened, or a teens event, whatever it was, just imagine the numerous stories that are getting ready to happen this year, with the impactful, intentional fellowships and events. Not just I'm gonna stop calling it events, ministry that is getting ready to take place this year. And so I just ask, and I challenge each and every one of you, that if there are ministry opportunities, that you just don't register yourself, that you register somebody that needs to be a part of that fellowship or that ministry event. And that you just don't wait until the week of. Like, as soon as you find out that it's happening, you immediately register yourself. Even if you think you're not going to be able to make it, register yourself. If you can't make it, call one of us and say, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it, but you'll see me next time. And so I'll sign off with that, saying I love you. Let's be intentional about building those relationships and growing them. And that's it. I'll turn it back over to Coach.
Yeah, can we appreciate Janae and the fellowships team for the great work that they are doing? Super excited about all of the wonderful opportunities that we're going to have to be able to deepen and enrich our relationships this year, and looking forward to just a great year together as we continue to develop. God is really moving us into a new space as a maturing community. And a big part of that is going to be the depth of the relationships that we share, and the kind of environment that we create that welcomes and receives and embraces new people. And so, I would say to Janae's, part of Janae's closing thoughts, a lot of us have shared that one of the things that we love most about Church on Purpose is the size. Um, but I really think, reading between the lines, I think what we love about small spaces is the fact that we can be seen in those spaces, that we don't get lost in the crowd, that we continue to maintain presence, value, and relationship in smaller spaces. And my challenge for us as Church on Purpose, and we talk about this when we talk about just the church in Acts 2, they were able to be a model community with 3,000 people that joined in one day. And so obviously, loving, intentional, purposeful communities that value each and every person, communities like that can't exist at scale. And so our challenge is, how do we love one another and build relationships with one another and develop this wonderful space of loving to hang out with one another without becoming cliquish and without isolating ourselves and only wanting those of us that are already here to be the ones that continue to do these things. How do we continue to be intentional about reaching out and welcoming in others that need to be a part of this space and need to be a part of this fellowship and need the opportunity to grow and develop a healthy relationship with the Lord in a healthy, loving environment. And so, of course, as we continue to grow and expand, different people with different backgrounds come into the same spaces, and it causes tension as we try to figure out how to do life together. And it is really our relationship with the Lord first and foremost, but then our relationship with one another that helps us to navigate conflict and change and difficulty. And so fellowships are really a vital part to the health of the church. And I'm glad that we had the opportunity tonight to be able to hear more about the intention and the direction of our fellowships teams, and to be able to hear from Janae about her heart for this area of ministry, because it is really impactful to the health of our church. And it's really important that all of us be engaged and involved in the particular area that relates to our stage and our phase of life. And so I'm grateful for you all. I am appreciative of the time that we've shared together tonight. The chat has been hilarious all evening. And for those of you that might still be watching this comedy show on Facebook, the what you heard doesn't compare to what I read. but I'm grateful for you all, and special shout out to our kids for being on tonight, and for dropping some beautiful nuggets with us tonight. So appreciate you, Faith and Joy. Thank you so much, and Zariah as well for sharing with us tonight. We hear you, we love you, and we can't wait to see what the Lord does in you next. So that being said, Courtney, I'm going to ask if you would be willing to pop on to offer our closing prayer tonight. And then don't forget,
Okay.
after we receive our closing prayer, I do have one quick update to share with you all after we end the stream.
Heavenly Father, we just thank you again so much for this robust and very lively and beautiful body of believers of Church on Purpose, Lord. We thank you so much for the relationships that we have, for the fellowship time that we get to spend together, Lord, because we all have the same mission, and that is to advance your mission on the earth and to be in right alignment with you, God. We praise your name and we thank you so much for the opportunities that we have coming up. We thank you for the opportunities to have wider and greater impact among our church community and also within our external community, to be able to bring souls to you, God, to be able to introduce them to a life of following you, God. We are so very grateful for this privilege and this opportunity, God. And we pray that each and every person on this call takes the call seriously, Lord, but also does it so that it doesn't feel like work, but it feels like passion. It feels like something that we are called to do and we are excited to do, God. We thank you so much. We love you.